Episode 44, Darkness. A couple of days has since passed. The Crystal Empire, Equestria Games Stadium. Prince Shining Armor talking with his general, General Icehoof.
The Crystal Army is already under my control. How many stallions have you rounded up from the rest of the Empire, General?
We were able to gather over 500 additional stallions to join your army, your evilness.
I guess my plan of deception worked in convincing civilian stallions to join my army.
Yes, King Sombra. Once every stallion was told they'd be protecting the Crystal Empire from you, they were more than eager to become part of your army.
Well done, General. What better way to rebuild my army than to use deception to lure them here to be put under my control?
And what of Princess Cadence and Princess Flurryheart, my lord?
Shining Armor's wife and daughter are of no concern to me. I will deal with them after I'm fully resurrected. As for now, send in my army, General.
As you command, King Sombra. Send in the recruits. The 500 stallions that General Icehoof recruited began entering the stadium.
You have all been brought here to join my army. An army that will march across Equestria and claim it for the new Sombran Empire.
Shining Armor gives an evil grin as he uses his magic to place every stallion under his control. The release of King Sombra's power is so strong, Knuckles can feel it from Sweet Apple Acres. Nux! What's wrong, Sugar Cube?
That horrifying evil power I've been sensing off and on recently is back.
Twilight's castle. Twilight, Shadow, and Sunset Shimmer sitting in the den.
Damn it, Twilight. I know you felt that power. You stopped reading that diary of yours the moment I sensed it.
I felt it as well, Twilight.
See, even Psycho Mare felt King Sombra's power. I told you waiting until heartswarming was a bad idea.
Shadow, I didn't want Sombra to become public knowledge. King Sombra is back? No, just his spirit, which is exactly why I've been trying to keep this quiet. I didn't want to cause an Equestria-wide panic over a ghost.
No, you've been in denial, and you wanted to protect your brother's secret. I'm telling you, Twilight, there's no way in hell this is just a ghost. Ghosts don't have this kind of power, and you know it. We must get to the Crystal Empire now before it's too late.
And what are we going to do when we get there, Shadow?
I think it's time we include your friends into this. You and your team can use the elements of harmony and Shining Armor to rid him of King Sombra's spirit for good.
If we use the elements of harmony on my brother, he'll be turned to stone, and King Sombra's spirit will be trapped inside of there with him for all eternity. I won't do it, Shadow. I will not allow Shining Armor to become a statue forever.
Then you leave me no choice. I'm going to the Crystal Empire without you, and when I arrive, I'm blasting your brother and King Sombra to bits.
Shadow, please. He's my brother.
I know this is hard on you. I understand. If Shining Armor wasn't your brother, he'd already be a statue, and you can't deny it. Turning him to stone with the elements of harmony will save Equestria from King Sombra.
Spike rushes into the room with a scroll message from Princess Celestia. Spike! Twilight, I have an urgent message from Princess Celestia. She wants you and Shadow to report to Canterlot immediately. Spike gives the scroll message to Twilight. Princess Twilight Sparkle begins reading the scroll message silently to herself.
What does it say, Twilight?
It confirms what Spike said. You and I are flying to Canterlot immediately. Do you need my assistance, Twilight? No, this is a highly classified situation we have developing in Equestria at the moment. I promise, once we return to the castle, I will inform you about everything, Spike. And what about me, Twilight? As your apprentice, I feel it necessary to accompany you. I'm sorry, Sunset, but Princess Celestia was very clear that she only wants Shadow and I to be present for our meeting today. Well, we better get going, Shadow. Shadow nods and follows Twilight to the outside of the castle. You guys have a safe trip, okay? Thanks, Spike. You and Sunset take it easy for the rest of the day while Shadow and I are gone. You don't have to tell me twice.
Are you ready to go, Twilight?
Yeah, I'm ready. Twilight and Shadow take off in flight for Canterlot. Equality Village. Starlight is picking up bread from Sugar Bell's bakery. So, how are you doing? Are you back in town for good? I've been going through some rough times lately, but things are starting to turn around now. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay in town for. I have every intention of reclaiming my life in Ponyville once I've healed completely. I've heard through the gossip train that you've suffered a miscarriage. I'm sorry you had to endure that kind of a loss. Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I needed to get away from Ponyville for a while. I started going down the dark path again, in lieu of all the heartache I've been going through, and I figured this would be the perfect place for me to be alone and gain some peace and clarity again. So what's new with you? The bakery seems to be doing well. Oh, yes, it is. Ponies are actually coming from out of town to buy treats from my bakery. The success of my bakery does have me a bit torn, though. Really? Why's that? I'm in love. Which, don't get me wrong, has been wonderful. You might actually know him, considering you're friends with his sister Applejack. Oh my goodness, you and Big Mac are in love? Yeah, we are. I'm actually going to Sweet Apple Acres for Heartswarming, so Big Mac and I can officially announce our relationship to his family. Well, you couldn't have asked for a better stallion. Big Mac is a true gentle colt. He is that indeed, and I am so fortunate that he's become a part of my life. That's why I'm so conflicted as it pertains to my bakery. We really haven't talked much about where we intend to live once we decide to live together. I may have to choose to leave my business and move to Ponyville if Big Mac decides he doesn't want to leave Sweet Apple Acres to come here. You guys will figure that stuff out together. Outside the bakery, Will Atkinson happens to glance through the window and spots Starlight inside the bakery. Will smiles as he enters the bakery. Starlight and Sugar Bell still talking. Can I help you? Yes, I was wondering if that beautiful mare standing in front of you is free for a visit today. Starlight smiles brightly and rushes over to embrace Will tightly. I'd say I am. I can't believe you came all this way to visit me. I haven't seen you in almost a week, and what can I say? I missed you, Starlight. Starlight breaks her embrace. I've missed you too. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm relieved, actually. I wasn't sure how you were going to react to me surprising you with a visit. I've been worried about you. I guess I just wanted to check on you to make sure you're all right. You're so sweet. Come on, I'll introduce you to my friend, and then we'll grab some lunch at my place. Sounds great. Starlight takes Will over to Sugarbell for introductions and some small talk. Meanwhile, Sweet Apple Acres, the Master Emerald Temple, Knuckles and Applejack are retrieving the 3 Chaos Emeralds from their holding columns. The Master Emerald shines brightly as Knuckles removes the Chaos Emeralds from their holding columns. Knuckles places all 3 of the Chaos Emeralds into a bag. Are you sure about this, Knux?
Not really, but this is what the Master Emerald instructed me to do. The Chaos Emeralds are not safe here until we collect all 7 of them. The visions I saw from the Master Emerald revealed that dark times are coming soon, and the only way to keep our Chaos Emeralds safe is by putting them someplace where no pony else can find them, other than us. So, have you thought of a place where we can hide these safely?
I was thinking we could stash them at Twilight's castle. She has a vault in her chamber, just like Princess Celestia has inside her castle.
I know how bad this is going to sound, but we can't trust Twilight.
What? Why not, Knux?
While I was meditating here at the temple, the Master Emerald showed me the future. This evil and powerful presence I've been sensing belongs to some pony called King Sombra. He's using Prince Shining Armor's body, stealing all his energy to resurrect himself back to life, using Shining Armor's body as a surrogate. If we were to give Twilight the Chaos Emeralds, there's a chance that Shining Armor could convince her to give them to him, thus giving the Chaos Emeralds to King Sombra, and that's a risk we can't take, Applejack.
Are you saying that Shining Armor is turning into King Sombra?
No, Prince Shining Armor is King Sombra, and when King Sombra has absorbed all of Shining Armor's life force, he's going to physically come back to life by transforming Shining Armor's body into his own. When this happens, Shining Armor will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it, AJ. According to the Master Emerald, not even the elements of harmony can stop it. He's too powerful.
How long do we have, Knux?
A week, maybe 2 tops. I hate to say it, but we may have to use the Chaos Emeralds to defeat him once he returns. With Shining Armor knowing the Chaos Emeralds are here, Sombra could use that knowledge from Shining Armor to steal the Emeralds, which is another reason we need to hide them.
What about Ra-Ra's mansion? She has one of them panic rooms. We could ask her to put the Chaos Emeralds in there to keep them hidden and safe. No pony would ever think to look there for the emeralds.
That's a great idea, Applejack. Hopefully Ra-Ra is willing to take on such a large responsibility. Come on, let's take these Chaos Emeralds over there and see if she'll agree to help keep them safe until we need them.
With that, Applejack and Knuckles leave the Master Emerald Temple with the Chaos Emeralds on their way over to Ra-Ra's mansion. Canterlot Castle. Princess Twilight Sparkle and Shadow arriving. 2 guards greet them and escort them into Princess Celestia and Princess Luna's throne room. Thank you for coming quickly and on such short notice. We have an emergency situation developing in the Crystal Empire. There's no easy way to say this, but it appears that King Sombra has returned somehow. I'm not sure how this happened, considering the Crystal Heart was supposed to prevent King Sombra's spirit from ever returning to this realm. You're not alone in sensing King Sombra's spirit, Your Majesty. Both Shadow and I have sensed his power as well. I have reason to believe that King Sombra's spirit came back when Princess Flurryheart accidentally destroyed the Crystal Heart before her crystallizing ceremony. Even still, Twilight, the Crystal Heart was restored once Flurryheart was crystallized. Sombra's spirit should have vanished once that happened, but since then his power has only gotten stronger. This could only mean that King Sombra's spirit has possessed a pony's body and is using it to resurrect himself back to life. That can't be. That would mean my brother is King Sombra's surrogate. I can't believe I overlooked this for so long. Overlooked what, Twilight? Those black crystals that were on Shining Armor's unicorn horn. What black crystals? When the curse upon the Crystal Empire was lifted and the Empire reappeared here in Equestria, Shining Armor fought bravely, protecting it for King Sombra's spirit. Only during the battle, Shining Armor's unicorn horn was damaged by King Sombra's magic by leaving black crystals on his unicorn horn. After Spike restored the Crystal Heart, King Sombra's spirit vanished, along with the black crystals that adorned Shining Armor's unicorn horn. Those black crystals weren't crystals at all, Twilight. They were spirit fragments, all of which contained King Sombra's spirit. They didn't vanish either, Twilight. The spirit fragments of King Sombra were absorbed by Shining Armor's body. It all makes sense now. Once Flurry Heart accidentally destroyed the Crystal Heart, it allowed those spirit fragments to awaken King Sombra's spirit inside of Shining Armor, thus allowing him to begin his resurrection by using Shining Armor as his surrogate. That explains why the Crystal Heart isn't having any effect on King Sombra now. I wish you would have told me about those black crystal fragments sooner, Twilight. We could have stopped Sombra before those spirit fragments awakened inside of Shining Armor. Now it's too late to use the elements of harmony. King Sombra is far too powerful now, and it's only a matter of time before he returns to the living. We must get to the Crystal Empire immediately and destroy Shining Armor before King Sombra fully resurrects himself. We can't do that. I know this is difficult to hear, Twilight, but Shining Armor is no longer your brother. King Sombra already controls Shining Armor's actions and thoughts, and it won't be long until he completely takes over his body for good. We won't be able to save him, Twilight, or prevent it from happening. No. We can't. No. Shadow wipes away Twilight's tears.
You know what needs to be done, Twilight. I don't want to kill your brother, but it's in the best interest of Equestria. If this were any pony else besides Shining Armor, you'd already be on your way to kill Sombra yourself, and you know it.
You're right, but it doesn't make it any easier on me. I can't be the one who executes Shining Armor.
You won't have to, Twilight. I'll go with Princess Celestia to the Crystal Empire, and I'll deliver the death blow to your brother and King Sombra. I think it's best if you go home, Twilight.
No, I'm coming with you so I can say goodbye to my brother before you. Twilight breaks down. Twilight, I agree with Shadow on this. I think it's best if you return to Ponyville. You shouldn't be present when Shadow executes Shining Armor. Please try and remember, Shining Armor is already dead. He may look like your brother, but in reality, he's King Sombra on the inside. We're almost out of time, and there's no way possible to stop this transformation from happening. The only way to prevent King Sombra from fully returning is by killing him before he completes his resurrection. I'm sorry, Twilight. If there were another way, you know I would take it. I know in my heart that killing my brother is the only way to save Equestria from King Sombra. It is without a shadow of a doubt what needs to be done. I will return home to Ponyville. Good luck, you two. I love you, Shadow.
I love you too, Twilight. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. It's not what I want, because I know this is going to hurt you. I just hope you can forgive me.
Twilight kisses Shadow. It's not your fault, Shadow. Go and save Equestria from King Sombra. I'll wait up for you until you get back to the castle. Very well. I'll have my guards prepare my flying chariot. Again, I am truly sorry there isn't any other way to shave shining armor, Twilight. A quality village. Starlight Glimmer's house. Will and Starlight sharing lunch together. I love this cozy little house, Starlight. What made you want to leave it? Thanks. I like this house a lot too, but I didn't make the best memories when I was living here. Yeah, I remember you saying you had a story about this town as to why you left. Do you want to talk about it? Not really, because it's a story I'm not proud of, and if I were to tell you about it, you'd probably never want to see me ever again. I just took over a 500-mile train ride from Ponyville to see you. I highly doubt a story from your past is going to make me not want to see you again. We agreed that we're friends, so you don't have to worry about me judging you. All right. When I came to this village, I started thinking about my past, and the realization had started to sink in that compared to most ponies, my life was a tragic mess. I grew up never knowing who my parents were. I was an orphan, and my only friend was a pony by the name Sunburst. As kids, he was the closest thing to a family that I had until he received his cutie mark in sorcery. After that, he went off to magic school and became some pony important, while I remained alone and orphaned. I lost him when he received his cutie mark, which eventually led me to hating cutie marks. Upon arriving here, I devised this elaborate scheme to convince every pony who lived in town to give up their cutie marks so we could create an equal society where no pony was better than another because of their special talents. Wow, that's pretty deep, Starlight. Clearly you had a change of heart. Every pony I've seen in town today has had cutie marks. That's because the Harnesses of Harmony were summoned here by the Cutie Map to solve a friendship problem. To make a long story short, I was defeated, and every pony in town got their cutie marks back. I left town because I was angry and embarrassed by my defeat, and like a fool, I vowed revenge against Princess Twilight Sparkle. 6 months later, I attended one of Twilight's friendship seminars she gave at Canterlot College, and that's when I attempted to kill her for the first time. Our fight was a complete waste of time because our powers were evenly matched. During our fight, Twilight somehow convinced me to let go of all the anger and resentment I had been carrying around for my entire life. She offered me her friendship and said I would become her pupil if I agreed to it. I was intrigued and humbled that she'd find it in her heart to try and help me despite the fact that I was trying to kill her. I decided to take her up on her offer and moved to Ponyville to become her apprentice and learn the values of friendship. That's why I never came back to live in this town. I can't believe you're still here after knowing what you know about me now. You do need better ways of channeling your anger, but I told you I wouldn't judge you, and honestly, I'm not scared of who you are. After everything you've gone through in your life, and especially more recently with Shadow, Chrysalis, and losing your baby, I can understand why you're angry and need some time away from Ponyville. I'm a pretty good judge of character, Starlight, and deep down, I know you have a good heart. Are you enjoying the sugar bread I bought from Sugar Bell's Bakery? All right, I get it. Talking about your past isn't easy, and you want to drop it. So, to answer your question, yes, the sugar bread is fantastic. So, do you have plans for Heartswarming? I plan on going to Twilight's Heartswarming party at her castle next weekend, but I don't have any family, so needless to say, my Heartswarming Day is wide open. I was invited to the Heartswarming Day celebration here in town, though, and I'm seriously considering attending it. What about you? I always go to my parents' house in Trottingham for Heartswarming Day. You know, if you want to, you can come with me if you'd like. I'd really enjoy your company for the holidays. Wait, if I go with you to your parents' house, they're going to think there's something going on between us. Well, isn't there, though? Starlight gives a smile. Okay, maybe there is a little something there. Let me think about it for a few days. I never experienced an actual family-style heartswarming before, so I may be a little uncomfortable being in that type of a setting. Thank you for thinking of me and asking me to join you and your family for heartswarming. It's my pleasure, Starlight. I think you're pretty remarkable, and I'd love it if you decided to accompany me to heartswarming. I think it's about time you finally experience what a real heartswarming is supposed to feel like. Ra-Ra's Mansion. Applejack, Knuckles, and Ra-Ra sitting in Ra-Ra's living room. So, what's going on, guys? You look serious, and you said this is a matter of Equestria's safety? I'm not sure how I can help you with that.
You'd be helping out a lot more than you realize.
No need to go fretting, though, Rah-Rah. We're not asking you to fight or anything like that. Oh, that's a relief. Inside this bag are 3 Chaos Emeralds we had at the Master Emerald Temple, and we were wondering if you wouldn't mind keeping them safe inside your panic room. I guess I could do that, but why?
Applejack and I discovered a new threat to Equestria's safety, and we didn't want to take any chances of these Chaos Emeralds falling into possession of this new threat. We figured this would be a safe place to hide these emeralds.
By helping us out, Rah-Rah, you'd be doing Equestria a mighty fine service. All right, I'll do it.
Thank you, Rah-Rah. I know this may make you feel uneasy, but no one is going to know you have these Chaos Emeralds, other than the 3 of us. And for your own safety, it needs to stay that way.
I understand. How long do you need to use my panic room for?
I'm not sure how long, but we may need to use them to defeat this enemy. He hasn't completely revealed himself yet, but the Master Emerald assured me this is the best option because there are dark times ahead.
Please tell me Ponyville won't be involved in this battle. I've only been living here for a few months, and already I've witnessed a changeling invasion. I believe most of the fighting will take place in northern Equestria, closer to the Crystal Empire, so no need to go worrying, Rah-Rah. How bad is this villain? It's King Sombra. But I thought your team banished his spirit for good the last time. We thought so as well. Changing the subject, what are your plans next Saturday night? I don't have any. Why do you ask? Princess Twilight always throws a heartwarming gathering at her castle. I was wondering if you'd like to attend. Yeah, I'd love to attend Princess Twilight's heartwarming party. Thanks for the invite, AJ. Do I need to bring anything? No, usually Twilight has it all covered.
Do you mind if I place these Chaos Emeralds in your panic room?
Sure, follow me. It requires my hoof print to enter the panic room. Applejack and Knuckles follow Rah-Rah down to her panic room. Rah-Rah uses her hoof print to open the door.
Thanks, Rah-Rah.
Knuckles places the bag inside of Rah-Rah's panic room. Yeah, you're doing a huge part keeping Equestria safe, Rah-Rah, by allowing us to stash these Chaos Emeralds here. Well, you guys are my friends, and anything I can do to lend a hoof to help your team out, I'll try to do my best to do it. Rah-Rah closes the panic room door, sealing the Chaos Emeralds inside. Canterlot, Rarity and Sassy shopping together at Canterlot Mall. What do you think of this outfit? I hate it, but I am a little biased. Who's the designer? Well, it's a knockoff of our clothing line, so you could probably guess who it is. It has to be that design-stealing Siri. You guessed it. I'm so glad I don't work for that unoriginal twit. Oh, well, you know what they say, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, and poor Suri has certainly made a career out of flattering me. It's a shame, though, actually, because when Suri actually does something original, it's quite good. So, are you officially done with your heartwarming shopping after today? I still have a bit more for Silver. I've gone a bit overboard with him, considering I love him so much. He's an amazing guy, Rarity. I guess you finally found your Prince Charming. I certainly have indeed. I have so much to be thankful for this holiday season. Sure, there's been a couple of rough patches this year, but overall this was a very successful year for me. Hopefully next year starts off grand, and you win Clothing Designer of the Year. Oh, I hope so. There are so many ponies I need to thank and give credit to. Ponies like you, Coco, and Cream as well. Everyone who works for Rarity Designs deserves recognition for all their hard work for this tremendous honor being nominated for Clothing Designer of the Year. If not for all of you, my company wouldn't even be here. It's been an absolute pleasure working for you, Rarity. You've not only been a fantastic boss, a mentor, but a wonderful friend to me as well. I want to thank you for always being here for me. Well, I've been very fortunate to have you as a friend as well, Sassy. I don't know about you, darling, but I've had my fill of shopping for today. I have too. Can't you go grab some dinner at Tuscany with me? I have such a taste for pasta and garlic bread. Yes, that sounds delicious, actually. I could get an order of spaghetti and meatballs to go for Silva to eat later. They start walking towards the registers with their purchases. I feel a bit guilty, though. I haven't spent much time with Silva today, and when I get back to the boutique, I must simply get to work on Coco's orders for Manhattan. Would you like my assistance? Oh, no. Go home and enjoy your evening, darling. I'm coming by tonight to lend you a hoof. Besides, I don't have anything else to do anyway. We could totally make this a night. I'll stop by the bakery and pick us up some donuts and bring some champagne or hard cider if you prefer. Okay then, this sounds like old times, when you and I would stay up half the night and design clothes and gossip, and I certainly have a taste for hard cider. Wonderful. It's been a long time since you and I had a design night. This is the perfect way to cap off such an amazing day with you, Rarity. Ponyville. Spike hanging out with the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Spike and the CMC are sledding just outside of town at the hills. I forgot how much fun it is to go sledding. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, Spike. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been far too long. Well, Twilight keeps me pretty busy. That and I haven't been out much lately. I actually have you to thank for getting me out again, Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle blushes. I'm glad. I just enjoy your company. You have to admit this is a lot of fun. I'm having a blast. I've acted more like a kid this week than I have all year. I still miss Cream, though. I wish you were here to enjoy this. I'm sorry, Sweetie Belle. That wasn't a knock towards you. It's just... You loved her. I get it. So there's no reason for any apologies. We're friends, and I want to be here for you, Spike. I meant what I said. I enjoy hanging out with you. I like hanging out with you too, Sweetie Belle. You've been great at helping me feel better. You were the first pony to make me smile since Cream's death, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Sweetie Belle. Spike gives Sweetie Belle a kiss on her cheek and a hug. Apple Blue and Scootaloo. Aww. Bless my heart. I think I'm gonna cry. Yeah, you two are totally adorbs. It's official. Spiky Belle is a thing. Oh, stop it, Scoots. It was just a kiss on my cheek. For now. Come on, let's get back to sledding. Now you're talking. Come on, Sweetie Belle, we'll ride together this time. Yeah, we should have a race. Spike and Sweetie Belle versus me and Scootaloo. Losers by hot chocolate at Sugar Cube Corner. I'm game. You're on. Spike and the Cutie Mark Crusaders walk up to the top of the hill together. When they reach the top, Spike sits in front of the sled while Sweetie Belle sits behind him and wraps her front hooves around him gently. Spike gives